All right, I will go on because the the software only allow me to record 10 minutes. It's free, so the next one is benchmarking. So benchmarking is when you compare and contrast everything you have with the thing that you have in that you had in the past. So let's say you build an a game, right? A game for 2 weeks. A let's say a quiz game for 2 weeks for the MVP of the app. And in the future, you want to build another version, but for another region. Like in the past, you built it for US, but now you want to build it for APAC. APAC is Singapore, is Asian countries. So so the estimation would be around 2 weeks, right? And all the requirement you also compare uh, with the things that you had in the past, and then you will see that if uh, it is on the benchmark or under benchmark or over benchmark. This is a very good method when you had so many experience, when you had many projects in the past. The more the more projects, the more experience you have, then this method will become more effective. All right. So next, I want to point out every some problems that you may or certainly will face in product management. Uh, this is coming from myself as a product manager. I used to be a project manager, but now a product manager. But at my computer right now, we only have 15. We only have 50 people. We are very lean, so a product manager is also in charge of project management as well. So this come from the true story, me. So it doesn't include everything. Of course, if you listen here, there are like millions problem that you may face. Some very ad hoc problem coming up nowhere. Uh, but here I will just list out three main things that you may face. The first one is the work underestimation. Second is the unknown requirements. And the last one is the change of scope. All right. So the first one is work underestimation. So this is a very common problem in any project or product management. So in theory, you have a coding task. You estimate it to be to be 8 hours of development. Let's say a coding task which is developing the UI, giving the button, some front end stuff. It take you suppose that it takes you 8 hours, but it turns out when you try to dig in the code is much more complex than you originally estimated, and the code is spaghetti, is very hard to maintain. Then in reality, it takes you more than 24 hours. So this is called the work underestimation. We estimated to be X, but in reality, it took us 3 times of X to finish the task. Right. The second one is the unknown requirement. I met this situation quite often in my current company, Vincherry. So I'm in charge of the integration part, which means I will handle all the integration services who want to integrate with Vincherry. So we have so many integration services like Indeed, LinkedIn, Volcanic, which is a just a job board, Seek, another job board, uh, Astute Payroll, which is a payroll company. So the problem I had is, so talking to I'm not the one who talked to the customer. My director of integration talked to the customer, and sometimes he listened to the customer. He write down every requirement he got, and he gave it back to me. However, I couldn't understand all that because it's just the business requirement. You need to ask a lot of questions to verify. The key in product product project management role is you never ever assume anything. Just ask a lot of questions. Just research and ask a lot of questions. I made a mistake by assume something to be true, and it turns out that one tiny little feature here impact the whole entire system. That caused my that that in reality make my customer very unhappy, my CEO unhappy, and finally me very unhappy. So very be very careful with the unknown requirements. If you are not sure, just ask a lot of questions. Ask the customers, ask the director, ask your CEO, ask the more experienced people who know this well, who know this better than you. The requirements, I'm sure with you, that are supposed to be ambiguous because there's different there are so many differences between tech and business. So business people don't understand tech people. Tech people doesn't know what business people are talking about. So we, as a product manager, are the one who sit in between, and we are gonna verify everything related to the requirements. We are gonna talk to the customer. We identify, translate that to the tech people, so that tech people can start coding, can start testing. All right. Last but not least is scope change. Wow, this is uh, another challenge in my current company right now. Because my current CEO he has a lot of idea, and I have so much respect for that. But sometimes he just throw in random ideas and want us to change, and sometimes it affect the time of the release. So let's say our sprint uh, is often in 1 to 2 months. However, at the end of the sprint, my CEO wants to add in something. So he he thought that uh, that small change only take 3 days. However, uh, as a project manager, we need to verify with other developers about the time. We need to make sure that we balance everything because if that take more than 3 days, and it may impact it may impact the release, and we are not gonna release on time. Our customer waiting for our release are not gonna be happy. The sales people is gonna chase us. The marketing people is gonna yell at us. So be very careful when someone changes the scope because it happens very often. All right, so this is my ending note related to this assignment. So I think that coming out with a background of a developer, I have certainly advantage over business people because I I know that I know what developers are thinking. I know their style. So, however, I still think that product project management is very tough because you need to be involved in everything. You need to interact with so many people every time. You sometimes go to so many meetings that you may not have time to build the requirements. Uh, you may have to handle very ambiguous requirement from the CEO. However, looking on the bright side, I think it is very fun for me. It's definitely a fit for me since I get the chance to interact with so many people, to learn many things, uh, develop a, develop the relationship. So uh, I just want to wish to you that just enjoy the process, make it fun, and good luck.